Where are you still trying to convince people of what you love, of who you are, of what you're passionate about? You see, the real magic happens when that love, that passion, that truth of who you are is shared unconditionally, unapologetically, right? In a detached way. That's what's really compelling. That's what's really magnetic. You see, everyone gets on board in a way with what it is that you love, not because you need them to love it, not because it's something that needs to be loved, but it's because of that energy, right? That frequency, that vibration within you, which is emanating, which is the feeling. And everyone can relate to that. I don't need to love what you love. You don't need to love what I love. That's what makes it unique. That's what makes it authentic. That's what makes it true. And so when we're trying to get each other on board with that thing that we think is the best, that is the most beautiful, that is the truest, that is the purest, we're really actually just undermining ourselves. We're actually just trying to convince ourselves. And all the while, we're creating distance from each other. We're buffering our own truth. We're separating within our own self. And that's not compelling. That's not magnetic. You see, the courage to be you, despite the response, despite the reaction, despite how it might be received, that is a beautiful thing. That is inspiring. That is awakening. That reminds each and every one of us of who we are and of what's possible when we embrace who we are, what we love. That's the gift that keeps on giving, is when we allow each other to be unique, authentic, when we embody that within ourselves and we drop the pretense, the need, the expectation that anyone's going to get it or understand, right? Because that radiance that emanates off of you in the passion, in the fire of that love of being, of creating, of being yourself, that is so contagious. And it's so relatable because it's what everyone wants in essence. They just want permission to be themselves. And funnily enough, the real key to doing that is by being that. That's why I love the quote by Gandhi, be the change. And the change is originality, style. It's just authenticity. And when it's unapologetic, right? I don't have to trigger you. I don't need to try to convince you that you're wrong, right? I don't need anything to happen. That's what makes it unapologetic, is this, that here it is. It's raw, it's real, it's true. And now, more than ever, is a ripe time for this. It is what everyone really in their heart is craving for. It's just the realness. And this is going to be a wildfire. It's going to be a wave that catches everyone, that sparks and ignites every heart. And that's a beautiful thing, because it's not about converting, right? It's not about convincing. It's not about getting anybody to buy into it, right? We don't need to create a new religion out of it. We don't need to make a whole school of thinking out of it. If it comes from your heart, the frequency that is received and resonated on the other side is utterly unique. And that's the exchange. The exchange is the perspective of each person being allowed to be what it is, accepted as it is. Because what you love, what you're passionate about, it's not what it looks or sounds like, right? It's what it is. How can you describe what it is? I can try to, right? I can use the perfect words and articulate it, but some of those words are not going to resonate with you. But you can still tap into what it is. You can access the essence of the vibrational, frequential essence behind it, whatever it is, the music, the art, the words, whatever it is what it is. And when you can see it for what it is, that's a beautiful thing. That's what we're all seeking, is permission to see life as it is, to see each other as we are, to receive it as it truly is. Nothing better.